Hey amigos, just a real quick update. I know I'm late again, imagine that, but that's just life. Um, I just want to give you a little update, or not just an update, but just to fill you in on what I've been doing in the garage. Check it out. Been working a lot on this bike right here. Took a break from this thing right here, and the reason why I'm been working on that, I think I said in the last video that I plan on going to Florida. There's some things I wanted to do to this bike that I just have been procrastinating doing. Oh, and the reason why I didn't film any of this is because I really need to get this stuff done. I don't know if you guys know this. You content creators out there know this, that to do a job and film it at the same time takes 4 times as long to get the job done. And I really have to have this done before, not this weekend, but the following weekend. Okay, what I've done so far, I had some oil leaking right back here underneath this, this rocker box. And so I figured I'd fix that. And while I had that off, I pulled my push rods out. I opened up this nose cone and I stuck the EV13 cam. You know, Greg Campbell, that cam that you sent to me. It's in the nose cone now. And I know I did some other stuff, which is, well, yeah, of course, new gaskets in the rocker boxes. And while the carburetor was off, I went ahead and added a Thunderslide kit into the carburetor. I thought to myself that, well, if it's going to have that cam in there, I'll do something to the carb. Of course, you're going to want to do that anyway. You're going to want to do stuff to your carburetor and your exhaust. Just because I didn't want to spend any money on the exhaust, I just went ahead and took a drill bit and drilled out some of the baffle. I don't know if that's really helpful or not, but I did it until I get some real mufflers that will compensate for this. So I did that. Also, while I was putting this back together, I noticed that my ignition, when I went to set my static timing, this little red LED, it would not come on. I mean, I could rotate the ignition unit and I could hear the sparks going off. I mean, the spark plugs, arcing. But being that the LED wasn't working, that told me maybe there's something wrong with that unit. In fact, it was Kenny from Scooters that told me there's something wrong with that unit. So I happened to have an extra one. So I went ahead and stuck the extra ignition in there. And what else have I done? Oh yeah, the lifters were bad, by the way. Not completely bad, but one of the lifters, same scenario as what was wrong with the lifters on the Softail. The roller on the bottom was loose. And this bike has about just over 33,000 miles. So maybe there really is some truth to these Evos, that you do want to change your lifters out. I heard every 40,000 miles, but probably somewhere between 30 and 40,000. But yeah, it's got brand new lifters. I guess it really isn't a whole lot that I've done. It just felt like a whole lot because it was just a lot of work. Because mainly, I don't know, it's just an ordeal when you got to mess with exhaust on a bagger, especially when you have an exhaust system like this. And then there's a Y that goes that way. I thought to myself that, well, in order to get that nose cone off, I have to get this right side exhaust off. So I thought, well, that'll be easy enough. I'll just pull them off. But then I realized I couldn't get it off unless I took the left side off too. It seems to me that this exhaust has been on this bike since 1998. So getting them off was one deal, but getting them back on was another, especially since all the joints are kind of, over the years through hot and cold, kind of married to each other and they don't want to come apart. But yeah, that's what I've done. So anyway, the iron head, I've taken the gas tank off just so I can have an easier time with, running wires and stuff like that. All of my wiring is done, as you guys saw in my last video, except in my last video I didn't have my generator and regulator hooked up, but now they're hooked up. Only thing I got left to do with this is, like I said in the last video, I'm going to chop this and I'm going to chop some of this fender out of the way to try to make room for a battery box. I know I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it is what it is. But only thing left to do is now figure out a way to actually mount this oil cooler other than using zip ties. That's just for me to see how it's gonna look, on this bike. And get my oil lines squared away, throw some oil in it, throw some gas in it, and see if any magic happens. But anyway, on this bike, like I said, it seems like I did a lot, but as I am explaining it to you guys, apparently I didn't really do a whole lot. It just took a while to get it done, especially when you work a regular job. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff back together Thank you guys for tuning in. And I guess I'm going to be seeing some of you in Tampa next weekend. Not this weekend. Yeah, this is a weekend. So next weekend, Tampa. And then 2 weekends after that, the missus and I are planning on going to the Texas Fandango in Fredricksburg, Texas for, I think it's a vintage chopper show rally / event, whatever it is. So who knows? But that's what I've been up to in the garage, guys. And thank you for hanging out and coming by. And I'm sorry I'm not going to film any more than this, but it's just... Well, I can't go without taking this thing for a test ride to see how it feels. And this does not feel like the same bike I was riding before I swapped the cam out. Yeah, this feels like a lot lighter bike. I can feel the difference in the mid to high range. I have no problem accelerating. I really don't know how to put it into words, but this is pretty cool. I mean, this thing has got a lot more pull. It does not mind plowing forward, unlike it was like before I did all that work. I am completely, I don't want to say impressed. I mean, it definitely is not a 103 twin cam or a 131 M8, but compared to what it was, I mean, this performs a heck of a lot better. So, Greg, I'm sorry it took me so long to put that cam down in there. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention that one of the other things I did do was I put in a new inner cam bearing as well, one of those Torringtons. And what else happened? Oh yeah, and the backing plate and the air breather. I found one of those Arlen Ness big suckers for like 50 bucks on eBay. It was used, but it's in almost like brand new condition. My original filter was, you know, that paper filter was dirty and needed to be replaced. So I got one of those reusable filters that come with the whole kit. So this is pretty cool. With this combination, this EV13 cam with this Thunderslide kit, yeah, it's all ready for business now. In fact, I just got up to like almost 80 miles an hour in a headwind because we got a big front pushing through. It's super cold outside right now for this area, but that's useless knowledge. But wow, I'm really, really, really digging this. I mean, I can't believe it. I'm going into a headwind and it's still wanting to accelerate. Typically with that stock cam and my other setup and all that kind of stuff, I mean, it would struggle to do it, but this is like, so what? We're going through. But apparently, like I said, the cam, messing with the exhaust, putting that Thunderslide kit in there, that new air breather, made a world of difference. I mean, this bike has woken up, so it's ready to get it. I'm betting this is going to do really good for my fuel economy. In fact, when I pulled my plugs out, this thing apparently was running very, very, very lean. I don't know, maybe my fuel mileage might change, maybe it might not, who knows. But this is no longer the slowest bike I've got, but it's probably about as fast as my Softail. Even just hearing it idle, it sounds so much healthier, like it's just ready to get it going down the road. But anyway, I'm gonna quit saying that. You guys get the idea. But anyway, before I get going, just want to say I hope to see as many of you as I do see in Tampa. I know some of you said you was going down to the Forgotten Angels, and you know, that event down in Valrico, Florida. Not exactly Tampa, but just on the outsides of Tampa. So I wonder if this car sees me. Okay, good. Anyway, looking forward to it. And also, whoever's in the Texas area that's going to the Fandango, maybe I'll see some of you guys there too. Who knows? But anyway, as always, guys, you guys keep the rubber side down. Be good to yourselves. Thanks a lot.